This is Aaron True. I'm joined today by Big Ben Rothwell. Ben, your fight got moved from Affliction now to the UFC 104 in October. Are you excited that the fight's still going to take place, even though it's still a few months away?
Well, I'm very excited, not just for the fight, but to finally, take my place and go to the UFC. Some of it's been my fault in the past, where I've just been, on the outside trying to work my way up and build myself, because I always wanted to be a guy that came to the UFC, not just some new guy. I wanted to be like one of the Pride guys that, I kind of had an aura about me in a past, so people are like, this is a guy that's earned his way. And I feel like I'm going to bring that now, you know what I mean? I have a 30-6 record. I fought in some tough guys. I've been all over, so people kind of know me. They don't really know how good I am, so I feel like the best of me is yet to come out, and that's what I'm really excited for, because the best needs to come out in the UFC, so it's time. The fight's going to happen a week after my birthday, and I'll be turning 28 years old, and something for a long time has always told me that was going to, when I entered my prime, was when the best of me was going to come out. So here it is. It's all laid out for me on a silver platter, and I'm prepared to take my place.
Well, you've definitely earned your trip to the UFC. I know you're going to put on an exciting fight. You are known for training with Militich Fighting Systems. Are you still going to train with them for this upcoming fight? And what are you doing to prepare for this fight?
Well, I also train with Duke Rufus out of Milwaukee, so I kind of train between the two. It comes down to my training partners and where they're at. That's a big thing for me. But I just go between both camps, and I'll continue to do so. I have a lot of great training partners at both, so I'm going to utilize all of them. Duke also has Red Schaefer and Pat Berry fighting that night, so I want to help those guys get ready as well as myself, and just keep doing our thing. I'm always working on all aspects of my game, and I'm not going to do any different.
One of your training partners is Tim Sylvia. He's coming off a disappointing loss to Ray Mercer. How do you feel about that fight? What do you think he could have done differently?
It's obvious. He could have just immediately shot a double, and that would have been it. You know what I mean? He got caught up. I think he just made just a big mistake. Kind of like when Andre Arlovski kind of went through the same thing. Made a big mistake that was just, it's that whole underestimating type of thing, I guess. Tim, when it turned into an MMA fight, Tim needed to fight an MMA fight. Instead, he still thought it was a boxing match, but with 4-ounce gloves, he took an evil right hand, and that's a life lesson right there. I think Tim wins 99 out of 100 times, just like Andre Arlovski does, but that one fight, both guys jumped on him, and wow, you know what I mean? But both those fights, Andre's and Tim's, basically did not make anything good for my opponent, because I really put a fight under my ass, and I've always lived my life, never underestimate anybody. I don't care what their record is. I'm going to fight the way I fight no matter what, but that really ensured that you can't ever take anything for granted in the sport. And
well, like you said, you've had 30 professional victories as an MMA fighter. You've definitely earned your way to the UFC. What does it mean for you in terms of exposure and making your career really come full circle at this point by making it to the UFC?
It's time. I've been on, like I said, 10 years of experience. I've been doing this since I was 17, and it's just time. The ultimate goal is to, win a title in the UFC. Not just get there for me. I'm not coming to just get to the UFC. I'm coming there to make a statement, and I want to fight about 4 to 5 more years at the most, and I want to make all 4 or 5 of those years at the UFC. Making sure that I have great fights regardless of what happens, and able to keep coming back there, and like I said, have the best of me come out. It's time.
Well, this is Aaron True with Big Ben Rothwell. Ben, congratulations on getting to the UFC. You've earned it. We'll see you in LA, Machida against Shogun, also featuring Big Ben Rothwell. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.